Watch yourself.
Watch yourself!
Hands back off! Get out of here!
The honor is ours.
No, it was ours.
No, it's ours.
Ours.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm sure that we all know by now that there's this huge movie blowing up right now called Kpop Demon Hunters. All the songs from the movies are charting, all this crazy stuff. And I was a little bit late to this. I saw this movie on Netflix when it like first came out, and I was like, okay, this looks cool. But then at first I started to see that people were kind of making fun of the movie. Like I thought that's like what people what it kind of was like when it first like popped on Netflix. People were like, okay, what's this movie gonna be? So that's all I was seeing, like, what's this movie gonna be? And then recently in these like couple of weeks I was seeing it blow up, and like people were saying it was so good. And I am a K-pop fan. I am a K-pop fan. I love K-pop. So I was like, okay, let me actually see what this movie's about, because I thought it would be really kiddie and childish, because it looked like it was a kid. Well, it is a kid's show, and I mean a kid's movie. It looked like it would just be like really like childish. But then I saw a bunch of TikToks about it. I saw a ton of videos about it, and I was like, okay, like let me check this out. So I decided to go ahead and do so, and that's what I'm gonna be yapping about in today's video. So I hope you're excited. And yeah, I'm just gonna be doing a whole yap session. So feel free to get your popcorn, get ready, and let's yap. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about even the concept of the movie. It is crazy. It's literally wild. Like, props to the writers or whoever like made this concept, because it's literally the name. It's K-pop idols who are demon hunters. Like it's a huge crossover that you would like never expect. I think that's why it works so well. Because it's basically like K-pop meets, I don't know, League. I've seen some reactors comparing it to like League. I've never played those games. I've never played like Demon Slayer games, but like, yeah. So basically the concept is wild. Like it's a huge crossover that you never think could be, and it just works. It might sound like a really silly concept, like K-pop idols who are also like demon hunters by night. It's like this weird like 180 thing, but I feel like that's why people love it so much, because it's just such a niche concept. And I really also think that this movie does a great job of introducing people to K-pop, because there's a lot of people who do go out of their way to make fun of K-pop, especially like American culture. People make fun of K-pop without even giving it a try. So I think this was a really refreshing tone, and it set the right tone to kind of introduce people to this new world, this K-pop world. If you've never like listened to K-pop before, I think this is like a really good way to represent that. It represents the K-pop culture, the fashion, the idol culture of everything. It's just really showed, like, especially through the fans in the movie, like really like just showed like the whole culture of K-pop. So first of all, let's do a rewind. If you never even watched the movie, pretty much basically, let's go down the character list and why we love the characters. And I'm going to do a special shout out for my favorite characters. I have to do it. So there's the main group of K-pop singers. There's Huntrix, right? There's Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. They're the main K-pop trio in their little group. And then you also have the Saja boys, who come in a little bit later as like antagonists, and the only one who I know his name is Jinu. Sorry for the other 5 or 4. I don't know how many of them were there. But I think there were 5 of them, I think. If I remember correctly. But the only one I paid attention to is Jinu. So basically the main 4 characters of the show are the 3 Huntrix girlies, and then Jinu, in my eyes. That's like the whole cast. That's it. And then actually special shout out to Bobby. He is the the manager. We love Bobby. He was really funny. These are my top 4 characters. They all deserve a stan. Okay, I think Rumi and Jinu were my favorites. I just have to say, because rujinu is real, and they will be real until the day I die. Like, him sacrificing himself in the end was just so crazy and like so touching and like so sad that there needs to be like a sequel to this movie. And their moments when they sing free, I just love them, and I will forever love them. I think they're what made the movie for me, because I just liked the whole secretive side of them. The enemies to lovers is always a classic. I always love it.
Oh, I was just
yeah,
trying to get the bracelet.
And you know what it was kind of giving to me? It was giving a miraculous Cat Noir moment, Cat Noir and Ladybug. It was actually giving, I don't want to say Mary Shaw moment, but I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say it was giving miraculous. It was giving Cat Noir and Ladybug. I'm going to stick with that. Mary Shaw, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. The ones who know. The ones who don't, too bad. But that's what it was giving to me, and I think that's why I loved it so much, because I'm a miraculous stan in and out. So these characters deserve their praise. They were really developed and built characters. I feel like I knew every single one of them, and I loved every single one of them. There's not a single character besides the demons. And maybe the aunt. I feel like it's her aunt. I don't really remember her name. I think it might have been Celine, the caretaker of Rumi, whoever she was. I think you could say she's at the bottom of my list, along with Guima and the demons. And I feel like that's just because of their view and ideology. But that's another thing that was represented so well. Back to a talking point I was talking about before, like the Asian culture, the way of viewing, just how Celine viewed how Rumi should behave. Is just a really good, also again, representation of, I guess, the cultural background represented in this movie, along with many other cultures, people who can relate to that. So overall, the characters are really well developed out, and I would say that, again, like even the demons, you could just tell there was story building throughout the whole thing, all of them, and there's not a single character that I would say was developed really badly. So yeah, this is all comes down to like the writers and the animators and everyone who was in the process and the works of creating these characters, and the voice actors and everything. So props to all of them, and Sony, because I think this was a Sony production, which was really cool to see, because I didn't know Sony did animations. So yeah, so again, the demon lore and the world building just kept getting better. Like I always say, I love a movie or a show that could just put you into a world immediately, and that's what this movie did. You already saw the demons from the beginning. You saw Guima and the Hunmoon, right? The whole moon? The whole moon? I hope I'm saying that right. You see this whole world. You see how the music works to protect the whole moon, and how the demons are slowly trying to break that and get through to people and make people come to their side. And it's just like a classic. I feel like this is always a storyline that is done, but I feel like it's done in so many different ways. Like I feel like 2 good examples are Stranger Things and Miraculous. Again, they do the storyline, all 3 movies, and all 3 movies / shows do the storyline differently, but they have the same original meaning, which in Stranger Things, well, it all stemmed for me from Miraculous, so I'm actually going to start there. Miraculous does like a whole thing of being akumatized. You be akumatized by essentially a darker power, right? So that could be a demon in this case. So in the case of Kpop Demon Hunters, it's a demon, but in Miraculous, it's akumatization. You're taken over by this powerful force that tells you something that you can do, and you're taken away. In Stranger Things, it's Vecna, right, telling you that, and you get taken away, and you do something. You become the host or whatever. So these are all different ways that this is represented, and I love this theme, and I love how each can do it in a different way, and it's not just a repeated like thing, because this is a true concept, and this is something that people in real society experience. They get dragged down the wrong path all the time, so I really do think it is representation of a society, and I love how Kpop Demon Hunters did it in their own way. And it's because this is a kids movie as well, you have to think about the story, the theme that it's trying to put out there. So I love that it represents this, that you can get taken to the wrong side and ultimately come back to the right side, right? You can make sacrifices for other people, shown through Jinu, right? So just this lore and world building really helped. So the way the fight scenes, the choreography, the animation was done, it was just so animated, and I think this is really important in the lore and world building, because you can really essentially do whatever you want to create the lore and the world building through the animation. So I loved how expressive all the characters were. They were also funny through their animation and their expressions. And I think Sony really deserves praise for this, because not many are doing it like this. Disney certainly probably isn't. I haven't seen like any animation style from Disney like this. I feel like they've really fallen short recently. It was giving a really anime-esque almost. Like, again, it was giving like miraculous animation style, but more force, like more out there. Which is why, again, I think when I think of it, I think of miraculous. Because the animation styles are really similar, but K-pop Demon Hunters was like a lot more expressive and out there with their animation style and the colors, the imagery, and everything. And a lot of people are saying that they think that this should have been a show, like a series, with a fan base and episodes and all that blown out. And I think, of course, it should have also been that too, because I want a sequel so bad. Like, I think it should have been a show too. It should have been more everything. But I also do think they were able to really hone in on this animation style and keep it so profound, because it was just a short hour 30-minute movie, right? If it had to be series, it had to be multiple 30-minute episodes, keeping up the same animation style and intensity, which I think is a lot harder to do. So as much as I would have wanted a longer thing to watch, I do think that what they put into the movie really was executed really well. And we might have gotten less of that if it were a series. Not definitely for sure, of course, but just maybe. So I definitely think that what we had was really great. But it was really greedy though. I've seen all those comments, all the TikToks saying it should have been 6 hours long, and I agree. Like 12 hours long, 24 hours long, like I need the sequel ASAP. Okay, finally the topic that I've been waiting for, the music. So like I mentioned previously, I am a K-pop fan in and out. I love K-pop. Every song in this movie slapped, and again, that's why I was saying earlier, I think this was a really good representation of people who are just coming, like they don't know anything about K-pop and they decided, oh, this is a popular movie, let me watch it. I think it's a really good movie to introduce those people to K-pop, because people hate on K-pop unnecessarily for no reason all the time. And songs like Golden, This Is What It Feels Like, How It's Done, are just, Soda Pop, are just great songs that really had the K-pop-esque vibe. I would say my favorite songs overall were Free and This Is What It Feels Like and Golden. And then Soda Pop is also like a little bop. Like, there's no bad songs in the movie, and so I just think that the music was really good. The voice actors, the artists who were voicing these characters, so good. The vocals, like, insane, better than even some actual K-pop groups and artists, which we can see right now on the charts, because things be blowing up. Like, it's actually crazy how much these songs are blowing up, and for good reason. So, and just the animation around these songs and how they were done, a lot of them being through like the demon fight scenes as well as them singing the songs, just like perfection. So like the animation style really helped play up the songs here, no doubt. overall, this was a 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10, 100 out of 10 movie. Like, I would watch it over again. I would watch the whole thing over again. I could spend a long time watching edits just because of how funny it is. And I think it really had everything we've been needing in films recently. Just to have like a good laugh, like a good animation that can be for both adults and kids, which is what we seen here. Like, kids and adults alike love this movie. And I think that's just because of the theme of it, the songs, the animation style, how both kid friendly it is through the animation style, but also adulty it is through the fighting action scenes and the deeper message. Essentially, the meaning is that you can always make mistakes and come back from them, which is shown through Jinu. And another theme is that you should expressively be open and be yourself, shown through Rumi. You shouldn't hide secrets from the ones you love, even though it's hard. But first of all, you have to get past that barrier of hiding things from yourself. You have to fully accept yourself and not hide and put your fears down and make them not shown. And you have to fully be able to express that in yourself and then express that to others and really not hide from your own self. And then the last, or one of the last, I feel like you can make many themes from this movie. But the last theme I really picked up on was you can always find light where you are, and even if you do get down a wrong path, you can always recover from that. So that kind of is one theme. I broke that into two, but that's like the one theme. And then also we see through Rumi not to hide yourself and truly accept yourself first, and then let others accept you. So that is overall why I think Kpop Demon Hunters is such a great movie and why it has blown up the way it has. Like, it's literally the US movie I've seen right now, and like, it's so good. So I hope y'all enjoyed my little commentary on this movie, and I really do regret not filming a reaction video because it was honestly so funny and like so cool. And if I could go back and do it all again, I would, and film a reaction to it, I would. But honestly, it was like probably 11 o'clock at night when I started the movie. It was a Saturday. I was sick. I was bored. It was just me and my family in the living room, and I was like, okay, can we watch Kpop Demon Hunters? I've heard it's really good. My family was like, I don't know about that, but I put it on anyway, and we ended up having a blast watching it. And I was like, the whole time I was like, dang, I really should have filmed a video for this, but oh well. I'm filming one now, which I'm kind of doing that recently. But you're gonna see one of these videos for Ginny and Georgia and Squid Game, and please tune in because these are still, I hope to make them like still as fun. Just because like I finished Ginny and Georgia, y'all know the whole lore of me having a problem with that. And then Squid Game, I just watched Squid Game on my own, so, and I want to do a video on it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the future videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
My type.
Excuse me? I'm everyone's type.
You can't even show up on
What are
time.
you, from the 1900s?